everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hey, what's up? I'm Hannah and I post videos twice a week, so you should subscribe and click notifications so you don't miss out on an upload, especially now with back to school videos coming. I know you guys love them. So today's back to school video is all about my year-round schooling, and I always get asked, what in the world does this mean? Do you like it? What is it like whenever I mention it on social media or in a video. So today I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of going to school year-round, which I'll explain in a second what that means if you don't know. So maybe you're looking at going into a year-round school, or you're just wondering, why in the world is she going back to school July 14th? Here I am to answer your questions. So first off, I've been going to my high school that I go to now. It's a really small private school. I did a video on private school, I'll link below. And I've been going there since freshman year, and I'm now a senior. So this will be my 4th year going to this year-round school. Before that, the schedule at schools around here in the South, like an 8-week summer, 1 week for fall break, like 2.5 weeks for holidays, December, January, and then a 1-week spring break. So that's like the normal schedule for public schools around here. My school's schedule is a 5-week summer, 3 weeks for fall break, 3 weeks for Christmas or holidays, and then a 3-week spring break. The year-round school does not mean that we go to school every day of the year and there's no breaks. However, I am in school at least 1 day of every month of the year, but basically our breaks are just split up over the year instead of mostly being in the summer, and that's what year-round, at least at my school, is. And also, guys, the things I mentioned have to do with my school because that's the only experience I've had in year-round school. Maybe the year-round school near you is a little different, so you're going to want to ask these questions to that particular school. But this is what mine is like, if you're wondering. So there are a few pros I found that I really enjoy about going to school year-round. The first one is that you don't get burnt out. So when I go back in the fall, it's not like I have to wait till Christmas to get a break. I work for 9-week periods at a time, so between each break we have 9 weeks of school, and for those 9-week periods I try to work my hardest and do my best, and then I get a nice vacation, a nice break. So I really like that, and it's really easy to manage your time. You don't get burnt out. I find it's easier for my work schedule. It's really good for me. Other thing that's great is that my school, again, this may not be with every school, but my school doesn't typically give homework over the breaks. So over our summer, we have no books to read because we go back to school pretty soon. Over our 3-week breaks, they give us barely any homework unless it's like an AP course and you have to keep up with it, but very little homework over the breaks. They really want it to be a break for you since you're working so hard throughout the year. Another pro for year-round school is that it's easier to take vacations because, you know, Disney World in the summer and during spring break can be super busy, but since you have 3 weeks over spring break and not just 1, you can choose which week you want to go. So you can choose the week that Florida's not on their spring break, and so Disney will be much less crowded, or the same goes for any other break. Unless you're like my family, my brother goes to a different school that's not year-round, so our breaks don't always overlap. But if all your siblings go to the same school or you're an only child, then vacations can be made much, much easier. And of course, I just love having 3 weeks in the fall because I'm able to do most of my videos and my work during those 3 weeks for the rest of the season. And then again, 3 weeks in the winter and 3 weeks in spring break. It's a great way for me personally to get all my work and my YouTube figured out, get everything done in my personal life that needs to be done or with my work. So it's been super beneficial to me, and I love having the break. Fall break and spring break are just the best. Now for some cons. So the first con is summer. Your summer is so short. I got out in June, I go back in July. It sucks. It's the worst time, especially because everyone's still on summer break and you're going to calculus. So yes, but you do get a head start on everything. So while other kids are still waiting to talk to their teachers about applying to colleges, other seniors, I'm getting to go next week and I can start talking to my counselor about applying to colleges. So it's good for that regard for seniors. One other con is if you have other friends that go to other schools, your vacations might not always overlap, and so you may be still in school while they're still on summer break, or it can just be really hard when they're in school and you're not, or you're in school and they're not. And so pay attention to that, see how that affects you. So the one good thing about going back early in the summer is that you don't forget everything from the previous year. It's all pretty still fresh in your minds. I remember what I was doing in math, back last school year. And so I'm able to take that into this next school year. However, over like fall and Christmas and spring break, I find it's harder for me to get back into the groove of school because I've had 3 weeks off, and it's not like a full summer off, so you're not like fully rested. You just had a few weeks off so that, you know, you're rested, but you're like, oh, I could still be on break for longer. So I find it's a little hard to get back into the groove after after my 3-week breaks, but it's really good for summer to remember everything from the previous year, if that makes sense. And another con, especially that I'm thinking about for me being a senior, going to college next fall, it's not like college at all. So college, you have really long summers, at least all the colleges I've looked at. You have really long summers and you have like no fall break. You have Thanksgiving break and that's it. And we also have Thanksgiving break too, by the way. It's not included in our fall break, so we get a few days for that. But this is going to be my last summer going back to school in July. Most colleges start August, September, but also this is my last year having a fall break. So, you know, it's a little bit different than college or other schools you may be attending after high school. But again, it's all up to you and your preferences. So that is my take on year-round school. Let me know what you guys think about it, and if you have any other questions, leave them below and I will try to answer them as soon as possible and the best that I can. I've honestly really liked it. I think it's a pro of my school in general, and I am gonna miss the breaks and when I go to college, but I will love the summers. So it all just depends on what you're wanting and what you're wanting in a school. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I am so excited for all my other back to school videos coming up for you guys. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Bye!